Diesel dilemma. Workloads have been piling up on the island of Sodor lately. Mail loads have been pulled up. The engines are being sent to us. The engine works every once in a while. And even the Fat Controller had problems of his own. Sir, I'd like to address that 3 engines from British Rail are coming on trial. One's D261, the other's 56105, and the other is D805. I'll see to the matter immediately, said the Fat Controller. Thank you for telling me, Station Master. The next day, the Fat Controller arrived with these engines. Here, said the Fat Controller, are D261, D805 and D56105. James, on the other hand, still had his doubts. However, he knew one of them already. Hey, Growler. Yes, Fowler? Do you think that red engine looks like an overgrown tomato with a length issue? Yeah, you must be right, Fowler. He's a bad steamer. Should have retained the wooden brake blocks. D261 was embarrassed. James was furious, though. Should keep wooden brake blocks. Overgrown tomato? You must be stupid. You can't trust any diesel that has attitude problems these days. But the diesels only laughed, often snickered with each other. Who needs you? Snapped D805. We are more important than you, said D56105. We don't need to fuss around with coal bunkers. We are fully equipped with motors. Don't you forget that. James seethed with baffled fury. That night, however, the diesel looked down to his buffers. Then he spoke to James. James, I'm not happy with how I behaved in the past. Willie should be, grumbled James rudely. In fact, ever since he came to this way last time, I've been bullying. And what he passed rail, he said there was no place for bullies in the least. That way I became a different engine afterwards. James was not sure, but he listened. And anyway, then the diesel thought, I wished I could have a second chance. It's to be nice to steam engines, he muttered. At last, James found his voice. Look, D261, I'm sorry, and if anyone can forgive you, so can I. I'm sure the Fat Controller will forgive you as well, he said. And they went to sleep thinking about the diesel's redemption. And the next day, the Fat Controller arrived the next day. Well, D261, James tells me you want a second chance, and I understand how you feel. Oh, thank you, sir, said Diesel 261 gratefully. You don't know how this means for me to be nice to steam engines. I'd rather be nice than my past self, you know, sir. James could only agree. Meanwhile, D805, he was in the shunting yard when Maya turned up. Now, don't play any tricks on those trucks, mind. They may be troublesome, but you have to be careful. That's what I've learnt on my past railway about trucks. Maya replied. But the diesel took no notice and was very rude. I know how to handle trucks, thank you very much, little Maya. Maya steamed off in a huff. The diesel felt happy with himself. He snickered as he crawled up to get himself hitched onto the trucks. He backed up as to get himself coupled up. He made sure they didn't play any tricks on him. But the trucks had other ideas. He knows that. We'll handle us. We'll handle him instead. Come on. Let's shut of him. Yeah, let's aggravate him. The driver had a plan to give him a start-up before the trucks behaved badly even more. But the trucks behaved badly. Anyway. Posh. All. They squealed. The diesel squealed and he poshed with all his might. After all the excitement, it tested his patience. Heave-ho, heave-ho, you can pull, but we won't go, sang the trucks rudely. Which made the diesel very cross. You test my patience, you lot do, he snapped. And just with a mighty shove, the diesel lurched backwards with his trucks, surging the brake van off the rails. The trucks weren't badly damaged, albeit the workmen weren't pleased. That controller spoke to the diesel too. I shall talk to you later, D805. And I want you to consider your actions. Just now. I think I might have to have a word about you and your colleague D805 with British Rail, he said sternly. Later on, the Fat Controller had a word with both of the diesels. I heard about your little stunts and I am not pleased. You two. I will be giving you a second chance, but I'll be letting you off with a warning. Not only have you derailed some of my engine's trucks, but you've upset my arrangements. The diesels understood this and felt terrible. They knew they had a lot to learn from their experiences. The Fat Controller walked away grimly and turned on his heel, leaving the two diesels to think about up-to-date his experiences.